Don't get too excited too quickly. Don't trust anyone too fast. Don't try too hard, because then you'll be disappointed if you fail. Don't hope too big, or your heart might break. And those rules in the moment feel wise. But what they do is that over time, they become invisible ceilings. Hi, my friend, and welcome to the Bounce Back Black Woman podcast. I'm Dell, and with God's help, I've overcome some of the toughest trials in life that I could ever have imagined. Do you find yourself struggling to move beyond a heartbreak or a hardship, asking God, why me? Well, I'm here to help women just like you heal and build the resilience to overcome life's greatest trials. If you long for joy and confidence again, this podcast is for you. So grab your headphones and those hardships. Let's talk. Hey there, my friend, and welcome back to Bounce Back Black Woman. If you've listened to the last 2 episodes, you already know that we've been unpacking what it feels like to be stuck while everyone else seems to be moving forward. Stuck in sadness, stuck in loneliness, stuck after losing a loved one, stuck after losing a job, just stuck. And today we're going to talk about something that might feel a little uncomfortable, but also incredibly freeing. Today we turn inward, not with accusation, but with awareness. Because sometimes the reason that we feel stuck isn't just external. Sometimes it's internal patterns that we've built in order to survive something painful. I want to say this clearly. Self-sabotage is very rarely dramatic. It's not the kind of thing that everyone around you sees a moment and can step in and rescue. It's rarely reckless. It's usually subtle, pretty subtle. And it can look like this: delay, deflection, detachment, downplaying what it is that you actually want. And most of the time, it starts out as protection. There was a season in my own life, after loss, after heartbreak, when I told myself that I was just, quote unquote, being realistic. But if I'm really honest, I was shrinking. Not because I lacked ambition and wants and needs, but because I was afraid of being disappointed again. And that is when I realized that sometimes we don't need just more motivation. We need ruthlessly intentional honesty. You see, when something painful happens, your brain does something pretty brilliant. It creates these rules in order to prevent that pain from happening again. Rules like, don't get too excited too quickly. Don't trust anyone too fast. Don't try too hard, because then you'll be disappointed if you fail. Don't hope too big, or your heart might break. And those rules in the moment feel wise. But what they do is that over time, they become invisible ceilings. Ceilings that feel like limitations, and ceilings that become barriers. So let's talk about this first one, lowering expectations to avoid disappointment. This one is quiet. You stop saying what it is that you really want, and you tell yourself, I don't need that. It's fine. It's whatever. But what you're really doing is managing risk. If you don't expect much, you can't be disappointed. You can't be crushed. But here's the tension, my friend. Low expectations protect your heart, but they also restrict your joy. And over time, you forget what it is that you're actually capable of receiving. The second one, procrastinating forward movement, has more to do with this. You say you want change, but every time an opportunity presents itself, you hesitate, you overthink, you delay, you tell yourself that you need more time. And that's not because you're lazy. It's because forward movement means exposure. Exposure to rejection, exposure to failure, to being seen, to being evaluated. Staying stuck feels comfortable because it's familiar, and the familiar always feels safer than the uncertain. That's not weakness. That's actually the way our brains are wired. The third invisible ceiling is rehearsing the narrative that keeps you small. Now, this one is powerful. You start repeating phrases like, nothing ever works out, or I always choose wrong, or it's too late for me. And at first, they start out as just thoughts. But thoughts, repeated over and over, become beliefs. And then beliefs shape your behavior. And behavior reinforces outcomes. So if you believe that good things don't last, you are not going to be able to fully relax when something good happens. You'll brace yourself, or you'll pull back. You'll anticipate the fail. And that anticipation alone changes how you show up. You don't bring your full self and your full efforts. And that is self-sabotage without intention. Romans 12:2 from the New Living Translation says this: let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Notice the order of that. Change your thinking, and then transformation follows. God doesn't shame you into growth, my friend. He invites you into the renewal. So the goal is not to attack yourself. It's to upgrade the rules in your brain that it's created during survival mode, because that is what kept you safe in the crisis. But that may also be the thing that's keeping you small in stability. You're not broken. You adapted, but you are allowed to evolve and continue evolving. So in next episode, we're going to talk about something hopeful. How to begin seeing in color again. Not through forced positivity or fakeness or through pretending, but through intentional re-engagement with life. Because you were not designed to live in emotional grayscale forever. And my friend, awareness is the first brushstroke of color. Well, that's it for today, my friend. I really hope this episode inspired, encouraged, or just plain comforted you. If so, please share it with a friend who might be struggling in her own healing journey. And if you take a moment to leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts, you'll help other women find encouragement through their heartbreak. Remember that God is holding your hand along this journey. And guess what? I'm holding the other. Life is short, so bounce back, Black woman.